Hello, it is I, Aiden, another internet nerd. Usually people say to not judge a book by its cover, and I agree. We should judge them by their spines. I mean, most of the time you spend owning a book, you're going to be looking at its spine. You might pick it up off the shelf and look at the cover when you're buying it, when you're picking it off the shelf to read, and maybe after you read it, you might look at the cover again before you put it back, and voila, you're looking at the spine for the rest of eternity. But despite the amount of time we spend looking at them, they don't have as much attention to detail as the front covers. It's most notable in series, which is why we're looking at my manga collection. Now you're not really going to notice problems in bigger volumes like Berserk Deluxe and Blam, and when you have a single volume. But with your standard size books, no matter how popular the series actually is, there is going to be an inconsistency somewhere. Alright, let's look at my Avatar the Search comics. It comes in 3 parts. So the first part is, not really a problem. And then the second part, they decide to move the Dark Horse logo all the way to the bottom. And now this part is all the way up. And then they just move the logo back. So why is the second part like this? Alright, now let's look at Chainsaw Man. Now, in a perfect world, all of these would be lined up perfectly, symmetrically. But no, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is very uneven. The numbers are the easiest spot where you can tell. Like 3, 4, and 6 look good, but then especially 2 and 5 are really low for some reason. You can also tell with the author's name, which is way below the rest of them. Sometimes they make a point out of having consistent volumes. Like, you can spell Evangelion at the top of these Evangelion volumes, and they also put these lines which are just the tiniest bit off from one another, and I mean, if you look at it from a glance, there's not a problem, but when you get close, it gets really annoying, especially the last one. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, I don't know what the heck happened here, so I got these 2 Pokemon Adventures box sets, and the first box set is pretty fine. The numbers go up and down a little bit, but that's alright. But then the second one, all the numbers are pretty much consistent, not bad. But then on volume 12, they changed the Viz logo to the old one, and then whatever the heck this is on there, but not on the other ones. How does this happen in a box set? So now we're at the video games. As you can see, they're pretty nice. It's pretty simple. You got the PS4 logo at the top, and that's really all you need to be consistent. Except, if you want to get a reversible cover, guess what? The PS4 is gone. These covers are way better than the other ones, except you're going to have to make a sacrifice, which is having the games not be consistent. Also, we have instances like Kingdom Hearts 3 being way off-center because they need Square Enix and Disney to be at the top for some reason, which makes it really hard to organize things by alphabetically. Now at the other games, the DS games we have, DS games are pretty hard to mess up. Even Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension got it right. So these are all perfect. On to the 3DS games, and they're pretty good as well. The only difference is that the Nintendo logo on the new 3DS Fire Emblem Warriors is different than the others, probably because it's a new 3DS game. Now the SNES games, they're all pretty good. They're just, again, pretty hard to mess up. They're just words on a little tiny thing. But the NES games, actually, they're alright. You got just big words, got the logo, 2 things, I mean, that's fine, I guess. Highlight Back to the Future. This one is where Konami just totally messed up. It's so tiny. Who's gonna look at their shelf and just be like, oh yes, my favorite game, Cartoon Workshop. Alright, Wii games, it gets really messy here. As you can see, all of these are off-center. See, Madden 09, it's completely across, then Madden 10 is at the top, and then they just shrink it for no reason. That's nice, thanks EA Sports. They made the new Super Mario Bros. Wii red. I know why they did, but it also makes it inconsistent, so I hate Nintendo, and I'm gonna sue them. The rest, it's still a lot of off-center. Wii Fit Plus, Wii Fit Music, Wii Play, Wii Sports, it just gets lower. We don't talk about this one. And the rest of these are good. Pretty much, yeah. So the PS2 games are fine, for the most part. As you can see, well, they're pretty good, except for the greatest hits. For discount for good games, they made them red. And that sucks because they're not black, which is they should be. Also, for PS3 games, they did the same thing, but also, they changed the PS3 logo, and they also changed the margins for it, so the later PS3 logo is bigger than the smaller one, which was first, and that sucks, because it's bad. Thanks for watching.